What if Tanjiro was trained by Gyomei? You guys voted for this one on my post, so go check that out if you haven't already. I wasn't really sure what you guys wanted. Some of you said he should go through Season 1 first, learn water breathing, and then train with Gyomei, while others said he should start training with him right away. I'm guessing most of you meant right from the beginning, so let's get into it. After Giyu and Tanjiro fought, instead of Giyu telling him to go to Urokodaki, Giyu takes Tanjiro straight to the Demon Slayer Core. Giyu's still kinda iffy about the whole Nezuko being a demon thing, but on the way there, he starts believing she wouldn't hurt humans. When they get there, the Hashira meeting happens about the same. Sanemi still acts crazy, stabs Nezuko, and all that. But when the master shows up, he already knows there are good demons out there, like Tamayo. With Giyu vouching for Nezuko, the master decides to accept her. That means Tanjiro gets to meet the other Hashira much earlier and actually connect with them, especially Gyomei, the stone Hashira. Gyomei sees how determined Tanjiro is and decides to take him under his wing. So the biggest difference here is that Tanjiro learns stone breathing instead of water breathing. Everything else from Season 1 still happens mostly the same. He still meets Zenitsu and Inosuke at the mansion, but now his whole fighting style is completely different. When they reach Rui's mountain, it all plays out about the same. Tanjiro still defeats the mother spider demon and her family, but when Tanjiro faces Rui, he unlocks sun breathing, just like in the original timeline. He starts using it and almost kills Rui, but just like before, Giyu shows up and finishes the job. After that, everything continues the same way, except now, Tanjiro already knows a bit of sun breathing while still using stone breathing as his main style. Since Tanjiro's curious about sun breathing, he asks Gyomei if he knows anything about it. Gyomei doesn't, so he tells him to go ask Rengoku about it. But Rengoku's already on the Mugen Train, which sets up the Mugen Train arc perfectly. So we skip the Hashira meeting since that already happened, and now Inosuke, Zenitsu, Tanjiro, and Rengoku all board the Mugen Train. Everything plays out mostly the same. They all fall into Enmu's dream trap. Tanjiro and Inosuke go up top to fight Lower Moon 1, while Rengoku, Nezuko, and Zenitsu stay behind to protect the passengers. It all goes the same as the original timeline. Rengoku ends up fighting Akaza, but sadly, he still dies here. The difference is that Tanjiro's a bit stronger physically because of his stone breathing training, but he's still too inexperienced to make a huge difference in that fight. After that, Tanjiro goes on several missions with Gyomei to get stronger. Since his body's already built like a tank from Gyomei's training, he learns a lot from watching how Gyomei handles real demons. These missions give Tanjiro a big boost in strength, endurance, and battle sense. Then we move into the Entertainment District arc. Tanjiro, of course, stands up for the girls that Tengen was trying to take for undercover missions. So Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Tanjiro all head to the district together, and everything starts off basically the same. When the fight with Daki begins, everything plays out almost exactly like the original. Tanjiro still gets that bloodshot eye moment from overusing his breathing, because he still feels like he's not special. He doesn't have a Demon Slayer mark or anything, but his body can handle a lot more now because of stone breathing, so he lasts longer in the fight. He still ends up passing out from exhaustion. Nezuko comes out and saves him, and then Tengen, Inosuke, and Zenitsu show up. After Nezuko calms down, Tanjiro puts her back in the box, and the rest of the fight goes just like before. Once the battle's over, instead of falling into a long coma, Tanjiro's body holds up better. His strength from Gyomei's training helps him recover faster, though he's still badly hurt. After a bit of recovery, he starts going on a few more missions with Gyomei again to continue his training. His sword takes a lot of damage during these missions, so he requests a new one, but it never arrives in time. So he heads to the Swordsmith village, and that's where we start the next arc. So, we're gonna skip all the dialogue in the Swordsmith village arc and get straight into the fighting. It starts when Muichiro pinches Tanjiro's nose to wake him up, and Upper Moon 4, the one with the 4 emotion clones, shows up. Everything here basically plays out the same, but with some big differences. Muichiro still gets blasted away early in the fight since Tanjiro isn't as strong as in the original timeline, but this time, Tanjiro's body is way tougher from his training with Gyomei. Now Tanjiro's using the red blade and finally activates his Demon Slayer mark during this battle while holding off all 4 emotion clones to give Genya and Nezuko time to recover. While that's going on, Muichiro is fighting Upper Moon 5, Gyoko. Just like in the original story, Mitsuri shows up to help save the village from Gyoko's fish demons, rescues the chief, and joins in to help Tanjiro. Once the 4 emotion clones fuse into one powerful body, Mitsuri holds off the main clone, while Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Genya go after the real main body of Upper Moon 4. Muichiro defeats Gyoko by this point and finds Tanjiro's new sword. He throws it to Tanjiro for the final attack. Tanjiro catches it mid-fight, rushes in, and slices off Upper Moon 4's head, ending the battle. Nezuko still becomes immune to sunlight, just like in the original timeline. And with that, we move straight into the Hashira training arc. Now, the Hashira training arc is obviously different, because after the Hashira meeting, and everyone learns about Tanjiro unlocking the Demon Slayer mark, Gyomei takes him personally under his wing. After he wakes up and heals from his injuries in the Swordsmith village, Gyomei works with him directly to help him control the Demon Slayer mark, to make it activate whenever he wants, and spends extra time helping him master that skill, since Tanjiro is basically his successor. By this point, Tanjiro and Genya are best friends, because they've been training together by Gyomei's side since almost day 1. Tanjiro still trains with all the other Hashira, but he gets way more one-on-one training with Gyomei, who teaches him how to better manage the mark and strengthen his physical limits even more. Now we move to when the Ubuyashiki family head dies. Muzan kills him, and everyone gets pulled into the Infinity Castle, starting the Infinity Castle arc. Everything here plays out mostly the same. Giyu and Tanjiro fight Akaza, Doma fights Shinobu, Inosuke, and Kanao, and they face off Doma, Sanemi, Genya, Gyomei, and Muichiro versus Kokushibo, Zenitsu versus Kaigaku, and Yushiro, Mitsuri, and Obanai versus the Biwa woman, Nakime. So let's start with the Upper Moon 3 fight first. That fight goes almost exactly the same. Giyu and Tanjiro team up against Akaza. Giyu unlocks his Demon Slayer mark and holds Akaza off long enough for Tanjiro to enter the transparent world and the selfless state, finishing the fight by cutting Akaza down for good. Next, the Upper Moon 2 battle happens just like before. Shinobu sacrifices herself, Doma absorbs her, and the poison eventually kills him, while Kanao and Inosuke work together to finish him off. Then we get the Upper Moon 1 fight. Muichiro reaches Kokushibo first, gets his hand sliced off, and is pinned to the wall. Genya gets badly injured too, but Sanemi and Gyomei arrive to help. Muichiro rips himself free, holds Kokushibo down, and with Genya's demon powers helping, Sanemi and Gyomei finish Kokushibo off. Muichiro and Genya both die in this timeline, just like the original, but this time, it hits Tanjiro a lot harder, because Tanjiro has known Genya way longer in this version, training with him, fighting alongside him, and becoming best friends. Their deaths hit him even deeper emotionally. Next, we go to Zenitsu versus Kaigaku, which happens exactly the same. Zenitsu wins with his 7th form of thunder breathing. Finally, Yushiro, Mitsuri, and Obanai versus the Biwa woman also plays out the same. They help Yushiro take control of Nakime's blood demon art, letting him manipulate the Infinity Castle. Once Muzan realizes Yushiro has taken control, he kills Nakime himself, which causes the Infinity Castle to collapse. Yushiro manages to get everyone out safely, and that takes us straight into the final battle, the Sunrise Countdown arc. And this time, it plays out a little differently. While Tanjiro is still getting treated by the medics, all the Hashira are out on the front lines fighting Muzan, and they're getting completely destroyed. Muzan unleashes one massive blast that wipes through the area, knocking out almost everyone. Gyomei loses a leg, and most of the Hashira are badly injured, completely worn down. Eventually, Tanjiro jumps back into the fight, using sun breathing, and remembering the flashbacks of Yoriichi showing him where all of Muzan's 7 hearts are. He uses that knowledge and his perfected sun breathing to push through the pain and fight at full strength. The only reason Tanjiro can even keep up with Muzan is because Muzan's body is being slowed down by Tamayo's poison. The poison makes him weaker and slower every second, and his hair even starts turning white as he struggles to keep his body together after hundreds of years of transformation and regeneration. Obanai and Tanjiro team up to fight Muzan, while the remaining Hashira, Sanemi and Giyu, join in to pin him down. After an intense final battle, Tanjiro finally lands the finishing blow, and Muzan dies just like in the original timeline. But even after Muzan's death, Tanjiro still ends up turning into Demon King Tanjiro, and Kanao has to stab him with the human serum. She manages to bring him back to normal, saving his life and ending the fight for good. In this version, the 2 surviving Hashira are Sanemi and Giyu, but both of them eventually die at age 25 because of the Demon Slayer mark. Nezuko becomes human again, thanks to the serum, and Tanjiro's left arm is still messed up from the battle, but he and Kanao get married and live peacefully until he passes away at 25. Zenitsu and Nezuko also end up together, getting happily married and living long, peaceful lives after everything that happened. So yeah, this timeline is definitely a bit sadder, but still ends with hope. Make sure you guys go check out my second channel and click on this video right here for more Demon Slayer what ifs.